The immortal John Hancock here, and today I'm talking about another arcade release by Flying Tiger Entertainment. This is their 5th release for the Nintendo Switch, and this is Caveman Ninja, also known as Joe and Mac. And this is the arcade version, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about it, showing some features. Let's check it out.
Johnny Turbo's Arcade presents
Caveman Ninja.
Caveman Ninja. This is another release from Flying Tiger Entertainment, and this is part of the Johnny Turbo's Arcade series. I've done all their other releases on my channel. I kind of like these arcade releases for the Switch. And this is the arcade version of Joe and Mac, which is, there was many home console ports of this. This is the arcade version. And same as the other releases, it has this kind of similar setup here. There's a control map. This is where you do the controls on it. Aspect ratio 4:3:16:9 filled. And I choose the original aspect ratio. That's kind of what I prefer. And screen style. Like others, you can do scanline. You can do scanline round, composite, RGB, S-video, and VHS. I choose none. I like a nice clear screen. And I'm going to go ahead and start a new game. And just the top shoulder button inserts coins, and the left one is to start. Pretty much you're saving the cave women, and that is the premise of this game. And it's 1 and 2 player. I am doing a 1-player game. That's one thing I like about it, is that it is a 2-player simultaneous game. I love that about it. Caveman Ninja is kind of a combination of some other classic games, and I actually think it has part Bonk's Adventure and part Ghouls and Ghosts of all things, because it has kind of a random factor to it that I like and I don't like. There's pros and cons to, because if you don't have the right weapon when you fight a boss, it makes it very difficult to beat. And so, you know, this is a good example where I like this game. I don't know if I love it. And there's some things I don't like about this version. It plays a little slow. And don't get me wrong, it plays arcade perfect. It just, this game in general has kind of like a, I don't know, I call it the Super Nintendo slowdown. And I don't know, it's noticeable. I don't know if I've played too many Sega Genesis games that didn't have slowdown and like fast gameplay, but I don't know if I necessarily like it completely. It's not bad. It's not bad, and it's a fun 2-player romp, but it does have slow gameplay, and it's not for everybody. But bosses can be challenging. Right, there's unlimited continues, and there's save states, which I do believe helps this game. This game can be challenging. I found fighting bosses over and over again, and you know, it's an arcade style game, so you know, it's a quarter muncher. I don't know if it's my favorite caveman style game. It's fun. I like that it's 2-player. It has colorful graphics. The gameplay though is, I don't know, it's a little clunky. And I don't know if I don't know what it is, but there's just something about it that I can't put my finger on it. It's not exactly what I would like to play. It's not bad. It's funny. It's, you know, it's a fun game you can play with your kids. Bosses are colorful. Again, the levels are varied. Not the longest game. Alright, this is a big plant, and this is a kind of annoying boss. And so each level you are saving another cave woman from the tribe. And so you have to, simple patterns for bosses. This one's a little more annoying than the first one. Alright, so I just got the best, what I feel the best weapon and that's the boomerang. And I feel the boomerang is one of the better weapons in the game for many reasons. And so you can usually do pretty good against bosses when you have the boomerang. So you hit the boss, you back up, you avoid the leaf, and then try to rally against it. Almost there. It's kind of long. Oh, come on. All right, finally got it. Took a couple tries. But then again, you save another cave woman and on to the next stage. One thing I like too is it does have branching paths, and so I'm going to choose B this time. And I've played it a couple times. I've chosen A, and so B course. So that's kind of nice. It adds some diversity to a playthrough. And so this is kind of a vertically scrolling level where you got to avoid boulders. Pretty tough. Some of the deaths in this game are kind of cheap, and there's some slowdown, and so it just takes repetitive play. So just, oh man, you can die quite a bit in this game, and so definitely getting used to that. And again, it's not like I don't like this game. I just think it's okay. It's not my favorite. And it's not that, it's not a bad arcade game. Let's see if I can do it this time. The goal in this one is to make sure to break some of the rocks, and then when you're clear, then to move upwards. And it can be tough. It can be tough. Oh man, almost. Okay, cool. You start off now. All right. So again, it's just kind of trial by error. All right. Boss time, another boss. So it's a flying pterodactyl. So there you have it. Caveman Ninja is available at the end of May for $7.99 at the eShop, and it is alright. Overall, I think people that enjoy the arcade version of this game, yes, the arcade version is different than the home version. There's some different features, and Unlimited continues, kind of the same thing as the other releases. I wish there was achievements. I've said that time and time again. There is a save feature. I think that's helpful. Some of the boss fights are cheap. I found myself dying quite a bit. I think it would be fun two-player to play through. Levels are rather short, and again, it's a quarter muncher, and so you're going to die quite a bit unless you're a very skilled player. Overall, I think it was okay. I think if you're looking for a two-player arcade game, it's a great platformer. Personally, I think some of other Flying Tiger Entertainment's releases I prefer more. But I'm happy to see that this release is being done on the Switch because, well, the Virtual Console is gone, and so this is the only way we are going to be getting classics legally on the Switch. So there you have it. Overall, I think it's okay. It's not my favorite game. I think it has colorful graphics, but I thought the gameplay was a little clunky, and that's just the nature of the game. And I just it wasn't personally my favorite game. Thank you so much for people continuing to tune in as I march towards 60,000 subs. It's most appreciated. I like doing these Switch reviews on my channel, and I will continue to do them as long as I can. You folks are wonderful and beautiful, and stay tuned for more content. This is the Immortal John Hancock. Thank you, and take care.